Okay guys, we're in the office with Mojo. We're doing something a little different today. We're going to go through the build and the office review at the same time. Okay, we have the 70 millimeter F16 jet from Nitro.com. Okay, as the glue's drying here, I've already thinking about my battery upgrade, and I think what I'm going to do here, this calls for a 22 4-cell, and I want to at least run the 33 Gen Ace or the 38. I run these in my 70 millimeters. So what I'm going to do is, I don't like this canopy at all. It doesn't lock in the front. There's no lock in the front, just magnets. So we know that's going to blow off. We got to do something here. And since we've already got to do something to the canopy, I'm going to make a little more room on this canopy. I'm going to cut this first section out and just glue it back, and then we'll probably put a latch back here, so I know that's not going to be a problem. Now what you want to do is kind of stay on this same angle, so when you put this on, it'll lock right back in place. Okay, now I got my wires pulled back. I've cut that little first section off. You're going to have to cut this little section here, and now it looks like I have plenty of room for my 33 14 cell, and the canopy is closing on it real good, so it's got room. I'm going to glue a stop and fill this in where I've cut this out. Fill this in across here. It'll be a battery stop. You want to give yourself a little bit of room. It'll give you a battery stop, and plus put another brace back in here. Okay, went to install the receiver, and my motor wouldn't fire up, and I had to take this bracket off, pull the bottom, lift this up, and found the ESC unplugged, so that's not too bad. Okay, I got everything plugged back in. Everything's working fine now. Just make sure you glue this back down. I take some hot glue, and just make sure you got this all down. I see it's got slots for the ESC. Now I noticed when taking this off, my clips have come right off with it, so I'm not even going to worry about them. I'm going to take them right back off, and probably end up gluing this back a little bit better and taping it. Okay guys, I finally got everything back together here and got the canopy fitting and the piece I cut. The canopy, the piece I cut out. Now I've got plenty of battery. I've made me a nice battery box here. I've also added a piece in here and glued it in. Okay guys, I finally got my canopy and everything back together here, and everything buttoned up. It's come out nice. It's been a little bit of a pain, but it has come out nice. So let me show you what I've done, maybe save you some time if you're going to do this battery swap. Now I've installed a servo arm, an extra servo arm with a bolt and a blind nut on the bottom. So we turn this. Now the piece I cut out, I ended up gluing it back to my canopy, and instead of running the magnets in the center, I went ahead and put a piece of Velcro across here. And you heard how tight that was. The front, I left the magnets, and I also installed this piece of aluminum. There's a piece of 1/8 aluminum, and I ended up gluing it real good. I drove it in, I stuck it in on an angle, and you can actually see where it even comes through, and then drilled a hole, or even just push a hole in so that this canopy goes in that hole. Now, that way I don't have to worry about this canopy ever catching wind and blowing off. So I'm really happy with this canopy now. Also, earlier I showed you the rudder arm tucked to the side. I had to end up pulling that back out and leaving it a little loose because it was kind of being a little sticky. And the battery box has turned out real good. It's not going to slide around. The Velcro, I just glued another little round piece, kind of rounded in here to shape of the canopy, and then stuck a piece of Velcro across here. This has helped holding this canopy is so long now. It's helped holding the center down real nice and tight, and the button is holding it back. And with the aluminum in the front, this is going to work great. Now, good news is I ended up putting a piece here so I can pull this battery up, because I have to set it in here under this wire. I have to be careful, and then when you twist it, it's going to come right out. And the good news is I've got the 38 in it. So all I had to do was I ended up shortening my Velcro, and back in here this kind of tapers up on an angle, so I just trimmed a little bit more out, and then I was able to get that 38 in. Now, after doing the center of gravity on this plane, the center of gravity is supposed to be 90 millimeters. I thought with the extra weight back here, instead of way up here in the nose, would be enough, but it ended up being like 110 centimeters, so I had to end up just gluing in 2 AA batteries in the front here, and this put it right back to, it was probably 88 on the center of gravity, so that's going to make it just a tad nose heavy, but that's what I want. Now, the build wouldn't have took this long, but I wanted to do the battery swap, so maybe this will save you some time, so you haven't got to go through all the figuring out that I had to do. Now, on the bottom of this plane, it was plain white, so I put a little orange on it, and that's just because I'm getting older, my eyes are fading, and I need to see the reflective orange really shows up, so that way if I'm doing some rolls and stuff, I'll be able to see the bottom. I was just afraid it was just plain white. As you can see, I just took some magic marker again and did the bombs in a black a little bit just to dress them up. I do that with a magic marker because I'm always coming in and skidding them. Then it's an easy touch-up. And where I had to go into the ESC, what I done was when I had the magnets here, so that's why I put some tape here to hold it, and I went ahead and put some CA glue every now and then and tighten the center up really nice now. And while you're here, I suggest go ahead and take some CA glue and go around your wheels, go around your servos, go around your horns and your hinges, just to be on the safe side. I never trust anybody else's glue. I've had some of the hinges come loose. So while I'm right here, I just go ahead and do it. This build has turned out to be, I think it's going to be a real good flying plane now. I've got everything centered up. I've got my heat shrink on, so they're not going to pop off. I love the canopy now. So let's take this thing and take it to the airport and see how it flies. Alright guys, the F16. Let me get this thing up and check these trims. I'm not gonna lie, this is not the maiden. I crashed on my maiden. I gotta do this quick because the build. And I'm still fighting my trims. And I don't quite know yet what I do need. So I'm still messing with my trim. But she is fine. I don't know what she's wanting to dart back that way for. Maybe it's my trim and my ailerons. Yeah, that's what it is. Oh yeah, better. And she needs just a touch up. Yeah, I crashed her pretty hard. The build is good. It was my fault. I was thinking about taking those batteries out of the nose, but after watching everybody's videos, I was noticing that she was darting up a lot. And on the center of gravity, I got her at about 85, and they call for 90 centimeters, and I got her about 85. I might give her just one more up, but she's turning good now once I do pull on them rudders. Oh yeah, this roller. So really, I had to order a bunch of parts, guys. I knocked the wheels. I broke the duct fan motor. Oh man, I really, on my maiden. That's why. Let's do a flyby. Been waiting. I'm gonna try and rush through this. If I'm hoping I have enough time on my video to show you all the flight, but if not, I will come back and put this on another one. But man, once I get these trims set, this thing is going to be fun. Just a couple things. Alright, it's saying land. So I've got to slow her down. I really haven't been wide open. I can get more time, but I'm not going to. Because if you've been watching some earlier videos, I had to ditch one a while ago. The wind is blowing a little bit too today. I might need to work with these trims a little more. I'm running out of runway. Oh shit. Hey, but we made it. I've got to do some work on my landings, but we made it. That was good, actually. I thought I was going to run right out. As you can probably see, I've been cleaning this runway off, and I'm glad I did. But yeah, there's a couple things on this thing. The foam is a little weird. My CA glue was wanting to like eat it up, so I've been having to use the epoxy. That seems to be working good on it. But watch that CA glue on this foam.